The woman in today's main story doesn't give a damn about her husband's opinion and has made the decision to have her sister's baby, which is crazy to me. But I'm not gonna waste any more time because I know you want to hear the good stuff. So let's get into the mess.
Ladies, what are your worst hoe stories? He doesn't know I had a threesome with two of his closest friends from his friendship group. We laugh about it behind his back.
You don't.
We laugh about it behind his back.
Nah, this is... Do you love me or not?
If I was in this situation, I don't know what I'd do if I ever found out, but it just goes to show how ruthless some people can be. Any friend that'd let you go through some crap like this isn't a friend at all, and to laugh behind the guy's back just takes things to another level. I wonder if the girl displayed any questionable behaviors that the guy missed, or is she just that good at keeping things under wraps?
When I met my boyfriend, I had about 40 bodies. After we broke up, I had a little over 70. Him and I dated for 9 months.
30 breads in 9 months.
It's what the streets
during
are,
a relationship.
what the streets are saying.
She loves pipe.
She does. She does. Naughty.
A body count of 40 is pretty high, and to rack up another 30 plus while she was with her man is crazy. On her part, this just shows an absolute lack of respect and loyalty, and is most definitely not the kind of person you want to build a life with. I can't imagine that this type of woman will be happy with just one man in the future, and I wouldn't be shocked if she found herself on the swinging scene because her need and desire for sex with different people is through the roof.
Dated from March to August. In that time span, I cheated on him with 9 other dudes, which 2 of them lived in his area. I honestly feel sad when driving past his house. When I found out he was cheating, I cried so much. I couldn't believe he would do something like that to me, but he still doesn't know I cheated on him.
Wow. I cried so much.
I'll never understand why people who cheat on their partners get so upset if they find out that their partner also wasn't loyal. For me, if you're willing to dish it out, your ass better be able to take it. Her being so focused on her own feelings of betrayal shows an absolute lack of accountability and self-awareness. But at least now she knows how painful that shit can be.
Am I the asshole for telling her, it's my choice to leave too, after she said, quote, my body, my choice. So I was on a marriage path with this girl. Everything lines up, so we are talking about kids and such, just planning. Out of nowhere, she tells me, quote, I would have to have my sister's baby. I go, what? Her. I will have to have my sister's baby as a surrogate. If she can't have kids, I promised her this when we were little. Me. That is a weird thing to promise, especially without consulting the guy you'll marry. Her. She has some fertility issues. What is she supposed to do? Which is weird to me because she just said that this was a promise from childhood. Like, how do you know she has fertility issues when you are 8?
That is a little weird.
Not sure how that is my problem, and I'm not sure why I should be okay with letting my wife having someone else's baby in my marriage.
The wife's decision to commit to being a surrogate for her sister without talking to her husband is wild. To make things even more weird, she's bound to a promise she made when she was 8? What the fuck is that all about? When you're married to someone, you shouldn't really be putting the needs of others before your partner. It's not like her sister can't get a surrogate through other means. Her saying, my body, my choice, doesn't change the fact that this is a decision that'll affect her husband, not just her. If I was the guy in this story, I'd really be thinking about whether this is the sort of person I'd want to stay tied to because her needs and vision for the future don't quite line up with mine. To make this whole thing even worse, they were even talking about having kids of their own, but instead of working towards that, she wants to be a surrogate for someone else?
So she is advocating for having that baby in our marriage, not before marriage, while she is still single? Her? Well, it is my body. I can do that if I want to. Me? What are you talking about? You can't reserve 9 months off to have your sister's baby if we are married. Husband has a say on that decision too. That type of thing is now a marital decision. Her. My body, my choice. Me. Well, I can choose to not deal with that too. Ever thought about that?
And he's absolutely right. She can't just keep saying, my body, my choice, as if it's going to magically fix this issue they've come across. Her refusal to acknowledge her husband's feelings speaks volumes as to what kind of person he's dealing with. The guy is well within his right to walk away from this whole thing, because it's a decision that's going to impact his life.
I tried to explain that it is not just having someone else's baby in our marriage, but there could be life-threatening complications during pregnancy as well. And even with no health complications, that isn't something most husbands would be okay with. But no go. She thinks she can do that because it is her sister and it is a sisterly favor. She acted like I was crazy to think the way I do. I obviously thought she was the crazy one. Who is the asshole?
I'm not gonna lie, I think it's him.
Yeah.
While I was watching this, I didn't even think about the health risks that come with pregnancy. When you're married to someone, you're supposed to be a partnership. You shouldn't just be going off on your own and making big decisions like that. If you're in a relationship like this and your views are being dismissed like they're nothing, you might want to start protecting your own self-interests and respect because you're not going to come out on top in this sort of thing. I don't know what these two girls are smoking, but I don't think this guy's the asshole at all, and I doubt many people would. But let's see what the vibe is in the comments. Yeah, I tend to disagree with them on here. I don't think he is. He doesn't have to be okay with it. He can leave the relationship. He is absolutely not the asshole. Such a large choice one must agree on in a marriage. I think she is the unfair one here. I could never force this on my husband. I've read many stories where wives have done this and either not discussed it or discussed it and did it anyway, even though the husbands had issues with it. Why is it okay to disrespect your husband in marriage? Is the response at the end rage bait? It's a really unempathetic take. I fully agree with these comments, and I can't understand why the girls on this podcast would say the guy was in the wrong.
I think I'm pregnant. I told you not to nut in me. We should have used a condom. Reply. Shake my head. Let me tell you some real shit. Out of all the women I've dealt with, you are the most kind-hearted and smartest one. You have your shit together like no other. Now, normally I would pull out, but something heavy on my heart said not to. I see something in you that you probably don't see in yourself. I know that you'll make it as a great single mother. And that's why I did what I did. You've got this. Praise to you and your family. Praise to you and your family.
I was locked in, thinking, raw.
He's stepping up.
This guy's found love, and he's ready to be a dad from jump. I know you're going to be a great... I see something in you don't see in yourself. I know you're going to be a great single mother. What a sick fuck.
You're a psychopath.
How do people get away with stuff like that?
I have no idea.
You men don't understand how much I fear consequence. How much I live my life based on fearing consequence.
The audacity of this guy is off the chain, but it also just goes to show why you shouldn't just be out on these streets having unprotected sex. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, you should be vigilant about the choices you make. I mean, what if this girl got pregnant and decided to have the baby? This guy would be on child support for the next 18 years. If you learn anything from today's videos, guys, it's that you've got to make it your #1 priority to protect yourself. Anyway, that's about it for today. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.